following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star in Frisco. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, and Shannon Gross.
Oh, I missed you guys so much. It's only been 2 days since we hung out.
Just all out of sorts here.
You want to know how you know that football season's over?
How's that, my friend?
When you go down the hall and you eat lunch and they got the plastic silverware and the plastic plates, you can't even get your meal on a real plate. You know that the players are out of the building.
And I messed around and kind of missed one of my little morsels on the thing and bit down on the fork and found out it was plastic.
You break it?
Almost.
Oh man, this has been a realistic week.
It has,
to say the least.
Like I'm on this kind of post-season hangover.
Are you?
And it's just sort of like, you know.
You know what? What keeps me going though is Fish Killer. I'm serious. I thought Fish Killer knew a lot about football. But come to find out, because I'm like, is he playing with me or does he really know? And you're going to play with me so many times and ask weird questions, then I'm going to figure out you don't watch the game enough to understand. Because you can learn football, but if you ever get away from the number one things that make the football great, and that's the players, when you start getting away, that's why a lot of coaches get fired every year when they fit their scheme to guys that can't play within that scheme, And so, Fish Killer, your days are numbered, bro. I'm serious. You got to come ask me some better questions, my friend. Because when you start taking the players out of the game, you don't have the game.
You're done having lunch with him? Can he still eat with us?
No. He gonna always be able to eat because he can get you going too.
I don't listen to that dude.
Killer's got some good stories.
Yeah, he got some great stories, but I'll be wondering. I'll be thinking, is he joking with me in these questions he asks?
You know who I do listen to though? Our callers.
Oh, yeah.
And we need to hear from you. 888-855-2297. And here's the deal. Here's the only rule today. Don't talk forever.
Thank you.
And we will take one call. We want to know how you feel about the season, how you feel about next season, anything you want to talk about. Call in with 1 point. Don't give us multiple points. Pick you one thing you want to talk about so we can get everybody in. And we only want to hear one person say, we need to get rid of the offensive coordinator. We hear you.
Just one?
That's all I'm going to take. If anybody else starts going down that. So the first one to get that in, we'll take that, and then we're moving on. We get it. We understand. And you know what? We only want one call that says we need to get rid of the head coach, too.
Oh.
One call that says we need to get rid of the quarterback.
Let me tell you this right here. The head coach ain't going nowhere.
No.
Oh.
Okay,
Neither
and Mr. Jones has left it open for discussion on the offensive coordinator, and Shannon he's our host, and he's already called it. He ain't taking but one call in on the offensive coordinator. But let me say this right here.
Maybe we'll get a call about what all these pills are.
Uh-oh.
But hey, let's have fun, and if you got a player that's out there in the draft, you got a guy in free agency, let's hear it, man. But like I say, we ain't finna beat the show up with offensive coordinator talk. I mean, Mr. Jones left that option open. He said that on his flagship station that, hey, it's open. But as of right now, we've only released the backup assistant special teams coach.
Who?
I don't know his name. I forgot his name. But Mark Colombo has been signed to a multi-year deal.
Yeah.
They had hot on their heels was the Miami Dolphins wanting him.
Really?
Yeah. He did a great job of putting together. We had a bunch of injuries, guys missing games, and he pulled this offensive line together and made them very, very serviceable. Made them very, very serviceable. And great jobs to Mark Colombo. Happy for the new contract. The coach that didn't get renewed, I'm sorry that you didn't get renewed. I hope you can land somewhere.
What were you going to say, Kurt?
Nothing.
That's what I thought. We'll go to the phones. Reginald in Arkansas. What's up, Reggie?
There was nothing to say.
How you guys doing?
Man, we are great. How are you?
I'm doing well, considering the circumstances.
I'm not going to start the year, this new year with you.
Hang on, Reggie. Nate's having a moment. Hang on.
She's a lady.
All right, he's back. All right, Reggie.
I'm sorry, Reggie. I'm sorry, Reggie.
He took his headphones off and had to take them out.
I had to laugh because of what Shannon said to Kurt. I'm sorry, Reggie. Go ahead.
No, Kurt, I thought I heard you start to say something.
I just commented on your pills, and that was it.
No, I thought you started to say something when Nate was talking it out.
No.
And then when you didn't say anything, I had to get out of it.
Hearing
So,
things.
my bad.
Okay, so
All right, Reggie. How are you, man?
How are you, Reggie? How you?
Good hearing from you.
I'm doing well. How you guys hanging in there?
Man, we're just trying to make the best of this week and just get through it before I go to Mexico. And
Yes, he's going to have a great time.
and Nate goes to Senior Bowl. Fighting through it.
What's your
we
issue,
would go
sir?
all the way, but we fell a little bit short.
Yes,
but,
sir.
I had confidence that we could do it. Now, I do want to make a comment on why people love your show so much. I've been trying to get through for several weeks now, but everyone's been trying to call in because you all have the best show. I'm sure everyone else knows that, but I'm gonna give you a little. There you go. But I'm gonna tell you why. I tell you why. Talking Cowboys, it's cool, but it's just a bunch of old men arguing, and then poor Rob just sitting there trying to get a word in. And then, the break, it's cool, but it's a little too buttoned up for me. And I like to hear David Hellman flex his vocabulary muscles, so that's mainly why I listen to that show.
Hey, he's pretty good, ain't he, sir?
But hanging with the boys is freestyle, it's free-flowing, it's very organic, and the guests you drag in from the hallway or the special guests you have in there singing songs, and it's just very impromptu, and that's what makes you all show great. So keep up the good work.
What you got to fix the Cowboys? Are you good with how they're growing?
I'm good with how they're going. I'm a little worried about what they're going to do with that defensive line as far as re-signing Lawrence. But I think everything is good. It's kind of lined up. I like the young players that are there. I think they're on the right track. I think Scott Linehan I think he's a great offensive coordinator, but I just don't think that Dak Prescott can make the throws that he has as part of his scheme. I think we probably need a new offensive coordinator next year, but hopefully there's someone that can bring out the best in Dak.
Hey, Reggie.
Yes.
Anytime you want to call in and stroke our ego, Douglas is going to give you the number to the hotline, the red phone in the back,
The bat phone.
We
need a hotline.
Running commissioner.
Cool.
But hey, by the
That'll
way,
work.
he's the guy who gave us "She's a Lady."
Oh yeah.
Every time he calls in, Shannon, you or Kurt or Nate, if y'all have a request for him to say something else that could become a drop, y'all should think that direction.
You know what? We should get him. You should probably get him to do. All the drops you have for Jay. Do them the exact same, and we can just mix them in.
Okay, say a lot of people don't know that, Reginald.
Say it again to him, Kurt. Excuse me, to Doug. Say it again.
A lot of people don't know that.
A lot of people don't know that.
Nice.
And what is it? Kurt's a pretty cool guy. Is that the other one?
I don't know.
Kurt's a pretty cool guy.
There you go. All right.
But you got to say it in a
What was the
defiant
one
way.
where Douglas banged his head
Yeah.
on
man.
Okay, everybody's got to be quiet for this.
Wow.
All right. What's the exact verbiage, Douglas?
I'll play it.
Okay.
Poor Douglas, he smashed his head on the toilet.
Do not do that one.
Why?
I want that to always be just
That'd
him.
be Jay's?
Yeah, that's Jay.
Fair enough.
Hey, we appreciate you, friend.
Yeah,
You
man.
do, man.
All
Yeah,
right, appreciate
you
that's
calling.
Jayism to the fullest. There.
All right, Reggie.
All
Thanks,
right.
man.
Yeah, we can't let him do that one.
No, Jay's got to have something.
Yeah, he got to have it.
Okay.
Hey, but wow, man, that was good stuff, man. That he said he didn't knock Linehan. He just said, hey, the system ain't built to grow Dak. And that's my theme right now. I'm stuck on Jason saying, "Hey, that fellas are growing," and I want to believe that with all my heart. Let me ask a quick question.
Yes. I love questions.
What is the biggest thing? And everybody, me and you are the same on this. I don't think tight end is our most pressing position.
I agree.
So, Kurt, we haven't heard from you what you felt.
Yeah, I think I'm not going to reach for a tight end.
Right,
Sure.
right.
If there's a good one there, I'd take him. But Swain. Jarwin's come on strong the last couple of games. Swain showed what he could do. He's a free agent, but you could probably get him cheap. And then They drafted a tight end last year in Schultz, who's showing some promise.
That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't be rushing to go out and get another one.
Every other position, they're letting the young guys play and letting them develop. I think they give them another year, and then if you don't like was anybody Kelsey? No, but nobody's Kelsey. Every year there's right. Every year, I think his first season he played one game.
Yeah. Nobody knows.
So you don't know until you know, right?
That's right.
And I would let these guys. I would re-sign Swaim, and then you got two dudes that are showing a lot of promise.
That's right.
And just go with, because at worst case scenario, you are just as good at tight end. I think you're average or better than average with.
No, you're better than average, man. We have.
I'm saying worst case scenario.
Yeah, okay. Now
health is an issue.
Yeah, but no, it's not.
You don't think?
Not Blake Jordan ain't played, but this year. Let's see if we trying to base everything off Swain. Let's just see. But now my next question, and I'll go first. Is Taco Charlton has to change the perception that we have of him. Mm-hmm. And the perception that I have right now is, okay, you talk a lot, but you haven't lived up to it or to your first round billing. This year here should be dedicated to being that guy, and I think that we should give him that this year. How do y'all feel about Taco Charlton? Because he was supposed to be an impact this year. He had a good training camp, and it seemed like everything went backwards from that point on.
Yeah,
it did. It did seem like this was kind of a wasted year in some ways for him. They need him. They want him to come on. That was a top pick, first round pick. So
yes.
I don't want to waste that. I think he's, as he learns, and he's going to continue to learn. He's going to continue. Hopefully, they'll give him chances. But I think they're definitely not going to give up on him yet. And hopefully, he can do whatever he's got to do to figure it out.
Yeah, that's a weird one, man. Because you hear it's not really football on the field related.
Yes,
it's other things, but I never hear from him. He's never really in the media. He's not really out there on social media a lot. I don't know what these issues are that are keeping him off the field, but for some reason this staff hasn't given him the opportunity to grow like
he hasn't presented it. See, this is the advantage. I tell people, when a first-round pick don't play, it's got to be something wrong.
Yeah.
Because I have confidence in our coaching staff and scouting personnel that they ain't missed like that. And for him to have the great training camp that he had, and then all of a sudden, talking to Charles, Charles said he just need to be a little quiet and concentrate on his abilities. And I just don't understand, that bothered me, because when I saw how the Rams did us, and I saw how the Colts did us, two elite running teams, I think. But how they did us, teams are going to come at us like that.
The book's out, right?
Yeah. Teams are going to come at us in the middle of our defense, and even though he's a defensive end, they're gonna come at us in a run way. And I feel like, Kurt, you making look this up, that our guys played a lot of plays, and maybe they did because it was 78 of them, But it seemed like our line got stretched thin, and I'm gonna make a comment on this guy, but I'm not asking y'all to comment. But David Irvin didn't do us no justice this year. Taco Charlton didn't do us no justice, but David Irvin hurt us. And these are the type games that we needed David Irvin. We needed him to be that a part of that strength in the middle, because Malik Collins playing on one leg. That's another guy that, that's why I was saying we talk about injuries, but that's another guy that played kind of on one leg the whole season. So
when it comes to Charlton, Randy Gregory's ahead of him on the depth chart. Eden Dorrance Armstrong, who's a rookie this year, is ahead of him on the depth chart.
And see, they didn't play Dorrance.
No, but you want to develop those two guys too. You want to develop. You want Dorrance to get time. Yeah. So I would think Taco, if anything, he's gonna have to fight to get more time out of this.
That's just that's a weird one. You're right.
But is that play chart on the back of your summary?
I didn't bring the summary down. I'll look it up.
Hats off to Randy Gregory, by the way. Before the season, Jerry Jones gave interviews where he said every day is a challenge for him, and he got through the entire season.
For the rest of his life.
Yep. And he completed the season, and who knows what the future holds, but for that guy personally, that's a big deal.
Yeah. And his demeanor, and seems like such a good guy. He's just easygoing, and I'm rooting for that guy, man. I hope he can figure it out and he gets through all this.
See, this is what people don't like to hear, but I'm not one of those guys, fellas. If Shannon is my friend and I got the ability to really help you, and maybe I have to step on your toes to help you sometime, I'm going to do it. And so what I'm saying is probably stepping on Gregory's toes, but you're going to have to live with me. You're going to have to live with me. And what I mean by that is Mr. Jones got to find somebody to say, hey, man, you going to live with this cat.
Mm-hmm.
Until he shows that he truly is going in the right direction, that's how it got to be. And people say, well, you can't babysit him for the rest of his life. We can babysit him for the rest of the Dallas Cowboys life. You know what I'm saying?
I think we have.
See, nobody will never look back, and nobody will never look back but Gregory and his family and say thank you.
Right.
You know, what Nate's saying, but da. You know what? What you prefer? For him to mess up and all of a sudden, the Cowboys should have did more?
Now you got no support.
Yeah.
Right. Let's go back to the phone. Miles in Connecticut. What's up, man?
What's going on, Shannon? Kurt, Nate?
Hey.
How you doing?
Say Shannon's name again.
Shannon?
Like I said, that's Shannon. Go ahead on, my friend. How you going to fix the Cowboys? No.
Hey, man, Nate, I'm mad at Shannon and Kurt anyways.
I'm
going to tell you why.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you why. Because during the Seahawks week, the Seahawks game, I tagged Shannon on a post on Instagram. I proposed to my fiance.
Hang on. Wait. I totally forgot about it. Hang on. Don't say anything else.
I brought it up the next week.
Hang on.
Hang on. Kurt's supposed to get my back, and I finally called in.
Hang on.
But I told you, Miles, Shannon will make
what
it
happened,
good.
young man? You got married or you proposed? Explain. Let him explain. At least explain.
Beautiful picture him and his fiance.
Yeah.
So, you want us to throw you on the air? Okay. Okay. Cool. We'll put you out there. You know,
yes. How you pronounce your fiance? Is it Troyana?
Troyana, yeah.
Yeah.
Miles and Troyana. Yes. Look at this beautiful picture he sent me, and I just totally blew him off and totally forgot. Oh, here I put it on the. Look at that. Look, that's a good looking couple right there. Yeah. Congratulations.
Wow, that's nice, man.
And yes, I am a jerk. I'm sorry.
No, you're not. No, you're just Shannon. Hey, how you gonna fix the Cowboys? You and the lovely bride.
Well, honestly, this is more a question for you guys. You know, every day, me and her pretty much listen to the show often, and we're tired of hearing the same thing over and over and over again. Especially, I know where Nate's coming from. Always hearing the same thing about Scott Linehan, Jason Garrett, same old stuff all the time. But my question is, when it comes to actually Ezekiel Elliott, how long do you think he has left, in the NFL playing at the rate that he's playing right now? Because I'm concerned about his long-term future, especially running in between the tackles as often as he does in game time. And I feel like other teams, especially with their great running backs, they get them out more in space more. But it seems like with Dallas, we're running in between the tackles a lot more. And I feel like that's going to affect his health in the long-term future. I just want to get your guys' thoughts. It's something different.
Brother, you done gave us the thoughts, man. And believe it or not, we was talking earlier, me and Kurt, about that extra back. That extra back that can make the difference. If you got a difference-making back, and Doug said it, with true speed, now you really can say, you know what? We're going to let Zeke be our bell cow, but we're going to reduce his physical runs down to about 22 a game. Because you have this other guy that can get out in space or that can run between the tackles, like a Tariq Cohen. He's not a big guy, but people don't understand how fast and how elusive he is. We have not had that guy that could stay healthy and be that guy.
Yeah. We hadn't had a fast dude in here in a long time.
Yeah, that could stay healthy. Now, we had the kid about 3-4 years ago, but he blew out his knee real bad. I can't think.
The little guy, yeah.
Yeah, we've had. But
Dunbar?
He was that guy.
Dunbar, yep.
Yeah. So, but I'm with you, man. But as of this, and that's why people would knock me in the head for saying this. But if it's an electric back at number 2, that's me. I'm going for the most electric player that can help, and in this case, help Dak and Zeke.
Yeah.
You know, because if you look at, believe it or not, we just saw that look against us with C.J. Anderson pounding up in there. And then all of a sudden you see my man. Yeah, that's a great observation because you see what Gurley did.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm going to tell you something. Have you ever seen Todd Gurley in person, my friend?
No, I have not. No.
Brother, I saw him 5 or 6 years ago over at the old place.
When he came in,
man, he is built, brother. He is built to do.
Guy.
Yeah, he built to do the game, brother.
Yeah,
he probably looks like a horse.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. He built to do the game. But
here's something else to think about. They've been riding Zeke for 3 years now.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got one more year left on his deal. He has to know the history and what they did to DeMarco Murray around here in his last year of the deal. They gave him, almost 400 carries that last season, and then we're like, bye.
But see, the thing about it, DeMarco was a little bit older. Zeke will be, about 23, 25?
He's 23 right now.
Yeah, so what
DeMarco fumbled in a playoff game.
What I'm hoping is that Zeke people see it and that Mr. Jones and his group see it and say, hey, let's try to work out something.
Yeah.
All you can do is make an offer, a legit offer, because if not, it's going to be 2 tags, and then we're looking at a whole different animal.
Right. He's supposedly wanting his extension now. So
Where are you? I've heard that a couple of times. Where have you heard that from?
Ian Rappaport.
Hey, thanks for the call, Miles. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, man.
And
Great call.
Yeah, congratulations. Thank you and your fiance
bride,
for listening.
Man.
Yeah. Ian Rappaport?
Yes, he has said that Elliott wants to get an extension done this offseason.
See, I'm going to tell you something, man. With Gurley doing what he did for the amount of money that he did, that's what he's seeking. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not getting into nobody's money, But running backs should always think that way. After two good years, going into your third, you should be willing to do whatever it takes to try to get your next check. Because if you wait 2 years after that, it may not be a next check.
I tell you what, man. I've had this debate with friends. I have no problem with these guys going and getting their money because I tell you what, the way that you are treated in the NFL, I mean, you're going in. This is Mr. Slaughterhouse. Going in, and you could be literally out of work tomorrow and never make another dollar in the NFL.
Yes,
and they don't owe you anything. It's like, well, bye, and that's it.
I fulfill my contract. You fulfill yours.
Yeah.
See you later. Yeah,
I have no problem with them because I mean they're putting. You see some of these older players walking around and see how hard it is
for Nate to be limping
For
around.
Nate, I wasn't gonna bring that up, but
walking and wobbling.
And,
one day he's straight, next day he bent over. Yeah, I understand.
And I know you guys signed up for it, and most of you probably wouldn't change a thing, but that's part of it going in. But I have no problem with athletes going to get their money, especially in a violent sport like football, when you put your health and your life. And not just your family's income for the rest of your life on the line each and every day. I have no problem going and getting that money.
When you listen to fans, and that's what they say. Well, it going in, and then when you say that's why I'm trying to get my money.
Yeah,
and then they're like, well, see, there's no winning. There's no winning when it comes to the basic fan, because. We want you, we love you, but don't ask us to want the owner to take care of you. And that's why I tell people, don't worry about the fans. Worry about yourself. Don't worry about what your perception is. And believe it or not, that's what Bell did this year. My hat's off to Bell. Mm-hmm. All the negative press came from the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that's one thing I love about the Joneses. They players so far, and them, the Joneses, never have knocked a player, never have openly let a player be knocked. It never came from them. Now, another player may say something, but I got to give it to Mr. Jones and his crew. They don't do that. They always tell you, if it's meant to be done, it'll get done.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting though when they do have to sign Zeke.
Well, what's some of our free agents? Let's go through that.
Look that up. Let's take a break. Look that up, Kurt. We'll take a quick break. Costas, hang on. We'll get to you on the phone. We'll be right back on Hangin with the Boys.
Bob Costas.
A man's Stetson doesn't just protect him from life's elements. It projects an unstoppable and legendary spirit, just like the men wearing silver and navy on the field every Sunday. Since 1865, Stetson hats are American-made with pride right here in Texas. They are still the official crown of all self-respecting Cowboys. And Stetson is proud to be on the field with America's team. Find Stetson hats in the Pro Shop or at Stetson.com today.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black? Right now, you can get the Jack Black Playmaker, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The Playmaker includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites, plus a full-sized Intense Therapy lip balm and a Cowboys can cooler. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word Cowboys. The Jack Black Playmaker, $10, free shipping.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with sideline access and photo ops with current players, alumni, and cheerleaders. That's not all, though. You'll get to talk X's and O's with Senior Director of Player Personnel Will McClay and, of course, with yours truly, me, Brian Broaddus. You can trust the official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, and with us, you'll travel like a pro. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
While a player can look good on paper, it's when he's out on the field that you really find out what he's made of. That's why the Cowboys rely on more than just stats and scouting reports when building their team. When picking a tractor, it's why you should rely on more than just specs and features. You've got to take it out and put it to the test. The Cowboys did when they named John Deere their official tractor. Experience one for yourself. Visit myjohndeeredealer.com/football.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
Back. And Kurt wants to tell you about his underwear.
Love talking about underwear. Put Tommy John on your end zone. I got it on mine. Underwear that's guaranteed to never ride up. Trust me, I wear it. It's like nothing you've ever worn before. Plus, it's backed by the best pair you'll ever wear, or it's free, guaranteed. Shop exclusive Cowboys underwear at TommyJohn.com/Cowboys for 20% off your first order. TommyJohn.com/Cowboys.
Costas, not Bob, in New York City. What's up?
How you doing, fellas?
Great. How are you?
I'm awesome. Shannon, I sent you a little bar crawl for you to do when you were in New York City, but you were stuck in Short Hills?
Yes, they put us out Short Hills, across from the mall.
Next time you come around, that's like a historic little bar crawl through Chelsea.
Okay.
Anyway.
We're coming 2 times next year, so hopefully they put us close to the city. So
That's definitely better than New Jersey.
Hit me up again and send that to me again so I don't forget next year.
I will.
All right, man.
So I think my thought on the Cowboys is every great move they made at the break, they made because of their mistakes at the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. Jason Garrett and those guys hired the offensive line coach who didn't work out. They thought of this great idea receiver by committee that didn't work out. Everybody was screaming for a safety. And then who makes the mistake that basically loses us the game? The safety. I just think, and Martinelli with his try hard guys up the middle, when you get a good front line, they were mauled. So my whole point is I think it's just the whole decision-making team. Now, I know it's not going to change with the owner or general manager, but everybody else should be evaluated because their mistakes cost us basically the season. I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I just picking at the low-hanging fruit?
No, your points are well taken. They ran into a Rams team and I think a Colts team that has dominant offensive linemen. And they're good at what they do. And I just think that we I was telling Shannon them, man, there's a lot of things out there that I think that we can either get a good player or a player that can become a good role player to help those positions. Now, the safeties, I have no answer for that because this is the bottom line. Some things you either have it or you don't. And see, as a safety, you either have that special knack to come up and make those plays or you don't. And people say, well, you can develop that. Okay, you can believe it if you want. Everybody can't play a safety.
Sorry, Nate, you played the game. Like either the safety is going to have that instinct by now or not. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, so I would give Woods another year to see where he stands.
I don't want to call anyone out, but I'm definitely not talking about Woods. See, the front office, though, they had a chance to help the safety situation. I'm not even talking about
the thing
Earl
about
Thomas.
the thing about it, nobody had that playmaking safety but Seattle. Yeah, nobody. I mean, if you know somebody, mention his name.
What about the Matthew guy who went to the Texans? I don't really know the rest of the league besides the NFC East, but I hear he was good and he was out there.
Yeah, he was out there, and gobbled him up. I don't know if they tried for him or not, but the Texans jumped on him, and that seemed like a match made in heaven for him. So,
one other question, because I was screaming about this, but everyone. Why didn't we go after Sue when he was out there as a defensive
$13 million.
tackle? Clear need.
$13 million.
But we had the cap, didn't we, because of no debt?
Not 13. No. $13 million, sir. No, they didn't know. Sorry.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, $13 million. That cap or no cap. That you was rolling the dice, and L.A. rolled the dice. Yeah. I don't think the Cowboys wanted to roll the dice on $13 million.
Good questions, Costas. Hey, thanks for calling us, man.
Thanks, man.
12?
Have a good one, guys.
All right, appreciate it.
12 or 13.
It was base salary $14 million.
Who that?
For 1 year, Sue.
Yeah. $14 million, sir, no. Whoa, I was $2 million short.
Got a question for y'all.
Okay.
This is a great point by Kurt. And I don't want to depress anybody out there a week removed from the season. Cowboys this year have one of the easiest strengths of schedule. Next year, which I'm really excited about our road games next year because we're going to some good spots. But next year they have the Bears, the Patriots, and the Saints on the road, and they have the Rams, the Vikings, and the Packers at home.
Let me tell you something. This is where, and Mark, man, I tried to say it this year and I said it last year. You will have to score points. Sooner or later, people are going to believe me. I believe in defense, but I know how the defense in the NFL is played today. You're fortunate when you get that rare occasion when you have a dominant defense, but you cannot continue to put your defense in harm's way. Because when you do on the biggest stage, instead of them taking the game for you, they're going to look like they lost the game. Because I try to tell people, it is hard for a defense to continue to play at an elite level week in and week out. Because in your most biggest game, that's when seem like they'll get exhausted. And it hit us twice. We went on an amazing run, then all of a sudden the Colts. Then went on another amazing run, all of a sudden the Rams. If we'd have been able to score with these teams and give up, we had 76 plays ran against our defense. We had only 55 in return, if that. And you go look at the other game, it's the same way against the Colts. You cannot stretch your defense out like that, especially when you're missing guys like David Irvin, the other kid, Charles. You got to be full go when you run up against these horses.
And you carry 7 receivers and 4 tight ends, and you don't have enough.
Well, that one issue. That one issue by then.
You think they can break this cycle, though? It seems like they make the playoffs and they get a tougher schedule, and then they're out. And they get in,
I tried to tell people that last year, remember? Not this year that just passed, but the year before, like they playing the first place schedule. Everybody wanted to blow that off. But this year here, all the haters, that's the thing now. Oh, we'll see against this first place schedule. And my rebuttal is, well, you didn't think that a couple of years ago, But to be honest with you,
it's not just that.
They're going to have to play, man.
Yeah, they got to face the NFC North this year. I mean,
they're going to have to play.
Easy.
Yeah.
They haven't strung together consecutive playoffs since, 90?
I think this is
or 98, 99?
This is going to be one of the more interesting years from a fan's perspective just because of all the storylines going into this year. You got
sir.
Dak's contract, Zeke's contract, Tank's contract. You got a head coach.
You got him over there, right? You got him over there, right?
Free agent. Yeah, let's go through them.
Yeah.
A head coach that if he does not go deep into the playoffs, he may not be here. What are you doing at offensive coordinators? Chris Richard staying around. Like, you got all these storylines that are going to carry into training camp and the draft. You don't have a first. This is off the field and on the field going into 2019. To me, this is one of the most
intriguing.
Yeah. Because you're used to 8-8. Here we go again. We don't know what the hell to expect next year. Like, what is going on with this team? So, what you got with it, Kurt?
Well, DeMarcus Lawrence is the big one, obviously, and Sport Track, which keeps track of the all the contracts and everything. They say his market value right now is in the $19.6 million range. In addition to him, you got Tavon Austin, Cole Beasley, David Irving, Cameron Fleming, Jameez Alawali, Ladouceur, Marcus Martin, who's hurt all year, Karan Reed, Dayton Jones was pretty much hurt all year, Damian Wilson, Rod Smith, Darian Thompson, Justin March, Jeff Swaim. I think Ross is actually.
But 2 or 3 of them out of that whole group, I'll be right to sign right away.
Yeah.
You know.
I think there's about 7 or 8 that I would
go. Okay,
at all.
quick, like give us the first one and say yes or no.
Lawrence.
Yes.
Is this just sign overall?
Yes
just
no?
bring back?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I'd bring him back.
Yes.
Austin.
Go ahead on.
Beasley.
If they use him the right way.
If he want to be here.
Anyway,
right.
yeah.
That's the question.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Irving. No.
No.
Fleming. Cameron Fleming.
Yes.
Swing tackle.
Yes.
I'm on the fence.
He ain't going to look good in training camp, but he all right through the season.
Alawali, the fullback.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Really? Man, I don't know. It depends on how much you want.
They want a fullback. Right. Now, it'll come back, but that's another case of do you want to come back?
Yeah. And do they use a fullback enough to reserve a spot on this roster?
But Jason want a fullback.
A pretty cheap one.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know if you spend $2 million on him or whatever. Ladouceur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marcus Martin, who's supposed to be your backup guard or potential starter.
Don't know him.
Karan Reed.
Yeah, I like Karan.
Karan Reed.
He was your backup defensive end. He was one of the defensive linemen.
Oh, yeah, number 51.
51.
Yeah.
Dayton Jones. He was hurt most of the year.
Nope.
Damian Wilson.
Yep.
Yes.
Rod Smith.
Yep.
Yes.
Why would really? Okay.
I would bring him back, but I would also bring another guy or two in and make him compete. But I think I would bring him to camp.
See, some guys you don't replace unless you can find better.
Yeah.
You know, we can holler about another running back, but they got to be better.
Yeah, I like Rod. I wish I'd used him more, but I mean, it depends on the money, I guess.
Yeah.
I would think there's a lot of backup running backs out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But ain't a lot of them can do what Tariq Cohen do. But go ahead.
Restricted free agents: Darian Thompson, the safety, and Justin March Lillard, the linebackers.
Justin March Lillard,
got him if
young
you
guy, right?
26.
Yeah.
Yeah,
as a role player. Yep.
Yeah.
Jeff Swaim.
Yep.
Bringing Jeff back.
That's it. But the problem, though, The problem, though, is that you've got Dak, who wants a new contract, Zeke, who wants a new contract, and Cooper's contract's going to be up. They're all up next year. After
the season.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So it's like you're going to have to approach one of the. I think some of that's got to get done this year.
Yeah, but you can't. But don't rush where there ain't no need now.
Yeah.
Not. A lot of the discussion gonna be okay. Do we have to get this guy done? The fan. Don't let the fans sway you.
Yeah.
Act like you sitting in there with Mr. Jones. Them. You know. Do we have to get this guy done? Can we wait another year? Do we have to get this guy done? Can we wait another year? Now that'll be a big discussion on some of your big names.
Yeah.
LaMarcus Lawrence, you want him to know whether you want him or not,
right?
Because he's a vocal leader in your locker room. So you got to make a decision. Okay, he don't want to be back on the tag,
right?
So is he worth? So you got to. That's a decision where you sit down and the heads come together and make a move. But is Dak gonna raise a lot of cane? I don't think so. But he has to get him done because this is his 4th year.
Yeah, I think
you don't have a 5th year unless you decide to tag him.
Right.
Let me ask you this. I just thought about this when you were saying all that. Tyrone Crawford's a leader in the locker room. DeMarcus is a big leader. I think Tyrone could fill that leadership role if Tank wasn't here. But is there?
But he get sacks.
Right. And would you? Does that factor into their decision? Like, if we lose this guy, that we lose a lot out of the locker room. Does that factor in, or is it just all about on the field?
On D-Law, this is the special thing about D-Law. Mm-hmm. He's vocal. Mm-hmm. And can you go to him and say, hey, man, we're going to tag you another year, and he accepts that? If he say yes, he's pretty much a man of his word. If he say no.
He said he doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, if he says no, now he kind of got your locker room. Yeah. Okay? So now you're at the mercy of the locker room. So if he walking around, oh, man.
I don't think, I mean, him being a leader, I think if he's a bad in the locker room, that could make a difference. But I don't know if they would sign a guy just because he's a leader, you know. That
yeah.
If he's not producing, he's got to produce on the field.
But see, it comes together with him.
Yeah, for him, he does.
And see, that's the key. See, it does. See, some things, you know, some things are hypothetical, but that ain't hypothetical. It does come with him. Yeah. So this is we ain't talking what could be. We talking about reality. Yeah. Reality is, can they go to him and say, hey, man, due to this, and this, we may have to tag you. This is the amount, 22, because you get a percentage higher every year. So, hey, man, could you play another year up on this? What if he says yeah?
Yeah. Spot Track says his market value is 6 years at 19.6 a year.
So you see what I'm saying?
That'd make him the highest paid defensive end.
Yeah, but see if they tag him. Let's say if he was to accept that, that'd probably go up to 22 or something like that, because I think you get something for signing a second year.
Yeah, it would go up, but he said he didn't want to do that.
Yeah, I'm with you, Kurt.
Yeah.
Let's take one more call, then we'll take a break, and then we're going to bring Taylor in for Tay-What. Gary in South Carolina, what's up?
Hey, how you doing? First-time caller.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Love the show. Nate, love you. Watched your whole career. Lived in Dallas from 1968, spitting distance from the stadium. Big, long-time Cowboy fan. But I don't think anybody will be fired. The only problem I saw was Dallas could not convert third and whatever, whether it was on the 5-yard line, the 50, the 25, whatever. and when we first got Cooper, Dak overthrew him. Of course, the media went in there and said, hey, Cooper, what do you think about Dak overthrowing you? And Cooper said, he didn't overthrow me. I didn't run the route right. I got to be better at running the route. And the only two people I've heard that announcers have talked about their route running ability is Beasley and Cooper. So to me, if you make Dak a little more accurate, get the receivers to run the same route, the same way, the same time, then we'd still be playing. Because we can win slugfest. We can't win scorefest. And to me, that goes back to third down and whatever conversions.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion. Nate, like I said, I love you. Loved your career. You make the show. No offense to the other two guys.
We know who the star is.
Hey,
we know.
Offense taken, Gary. Offense taken.
No.
But Nate has played from the lows to the highs to the lows, and I'd love to know how he felt, you know, in the worst of times versus and how he played versus the good times and how hard it was to practice and, you know, come to work with the same effort, whether you're winning or losing.
You know what, my man? When you're a free agent and you ain't supposed to make the team, you always got a chip on your shoulder. That's how you get through it, knowing that, hey, man, when they go to put them secret ballots out there, that your name gonna be the first on the list to leave. You just keep working hard, brother.
Don't want that call to the principal's office.
I know that's right. Wow,
hey, appreciate the call, Gary.
You bet. You guys have a great show. Keep it up.
All right, man. Thanks. Yeah, he's got a good point, man. They got to figure out third down this year. Third down and red zone. That's two things.
Red zone, particularly. Although they got better at the end.
They did. All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have Taylor and possibly Mama Gross with championship weekend picks on Hanging with the Boys.
You're like me and you love... I mean, if you have a thing, then cutting the cord is scary. But then I found out I could switch to DirecTV Now and still get the live sports I love. No satellite needed, no bulky hardware, no annual contract, just...
Get the live sports you love. Try DirecTV Now for $10 a month for 3 months. Visit DirecTVNow.com. DirecTV Now. More for your thing. That's our thing. Use code REALDEAL. Limited time. Price for little package. After 3 months, renews monthly at full price. Currently minimum $40 unless canceled. Prices may change. New subscribers only. Cancel anytime. Content varies by package and may be limited. Restrictions apply.
It's time for tailgating with the OtterBox boys.
OtterBox? The overprotected phone case company?
Yep, and they've got an essential tool for your next tailgate party. The bear-resistant venture cooler.
Now wait. In all my tailgating days, I've never seen seen bears tackling brats on the blacktop.
And you never will, because a Venture Cooler with a locking kit is basically bear repellent.
Can't wait to try it out at my next tailgate.
That's been Tailgating with the OtterBox, boys. Visit OtterBox.com to learn more about their certified bear-resistant Venture Coolers.
You want the most interesting, up-to-the-minute Dallas Cowboys news straight from the Star in Frisco? How about exclusive and on command? That's right, news and nuggets you can't find anywhere else. With our exclusive Cowboys content on Alexa, you can have all the answers, secrets, stories, and more. What's Stephen Jones thinking during a game? What's Joe Looney's favorite pregame meal? We take your questions to Cowboys players and coaches, and you can hear the answers directly back to you. Just say, Alexa, open Dallas Cowboys.
Now's a good time to tell you that SeatGeek is the new source of tickets for all your football needs this season. SeatGeek makes managing tickets easy, whether it's buying or transferring to a friend. They even tell you the best deals for every game based on their deal score technology, which rates every seat on historical data, price, and location. Download the SeatGeek app on your phone and take $20 off your first purchase using code DALLAS at checkout. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
A man's Stetson doesn't just protect him from life's elements. It projects an unstoppable and legendary spirit, just like the men wearing silver and navy on the field every Sunday. Since 1865, Stetson hats are American-made with pride right here in Texas. They are still the official crown of all self-respecting Cowboys. And Stetson is proud to be on the field with America's team. Find Stetson hats in the Pro Shop or at Stetson.com today.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
I don't know what they did with the live read sheet, but
come up with something.
We got some.
TommyJohn.com.
We got some boxing. We already did that one.
Oh.
We got some boxing coming up at the stadium. Check it out.
Camps,
AT&TStadium.com. Yeah, come to the camps. Come take a tour. Brick Live is going to be out here. It's a big Lego extravaganza. But the big extravaganza right now is Taylor Stern. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you, Shannon. That made me feel very good.
got
Yes,
applause. There
I don't have as long this week, but I will make it quick. And I just want to get some quick thoughts about something that was going around social. It was more of a conversation than it was something that happened.
All right.
So on Monday, these Cowboys fans, Cowboys bloggers, writers, they are searching everything that these players are liking on social media, responding to, retweeting. All of that they take as full endorsement. Mm-hmm. Well, Beasley had liked this post on Instagram, and a writer had seen it and screenshotted it and posted it to Twitter and was like, Cole Beasley likes an Instagram post about Jerry Jones's spending and how that's hurt them for the past 25 years. And so everyone kind of took it as oh, Cole Beasley's anti-Jerry, we knew it, he's gone, and it blew up, Cole's doing this whole story. Mm-hmm. So I'm under the impression, you all have been on social media at some point in your life. Nate, I don't know how active you are on social, but you're on Twitter, and sometimes you like a tweet, and you just kind of like it. You don't go to that person's profile and see what they necessarily stand for, what they do, It's not a Nate Newton now endorses somebody who's part of the NRA, right. Mm-hmm. It's just what it is. So the whole discussion...
Nothing against him, though.
Nothing against him. But the whole discussion came out as we need to give these guys a little bit more of a break as far as what they're interacting with on social media. Because, Shannon, you've liked photos on Instagram that you wouldn't want everyone to see.
How do you know? You stalking me on Instagram?
Because I know you really well.
But Cole Beasley basically said the last 25 years of Mr. Jones' spending is hurting the present day.
He's more worried about making money than winning.
No, he never said that himself. He liked a post.
What was the post? What do you have exactly what it said? Because I didn't know about this story.
Because I want to be clear before I comment on it. I don't want to say something against Beasley or for Beasley, and I don't really know. So
Cole Beasley never said anything himself.
He just liked a picture.
He just liked
favorited a picture, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So this was the 15th. So
okay.
Tuesday. Said Cowboys wide receiver Cole Beasley liked this Instagram rant about the Cowboys Super Bowl drought being directly linked to the Jerry Jones revenue interest. So this is the screenshot. Sorry for anyone who's listening, but we can probably retweet on Hanging with the Boys. Can you retweet on Hanging with the Boys from?
Yeah.
Here's the little camera. So here it is, right? It's a screenshot of the Instagram post. It's a huge rant. You don't want me to read it.
Yeah.
But all that's highlighted is that Bees11 liked the photo.
Gotcha.
So then people are responding. I mean, this had like 344 retweets, 1,491 likes. Beasley responds, because we know he's notorious for that. And he said...
Ida.
Yeah. Beatty. He said, this was an accidental like. I didn't even know I liked it till y'all got on here and started talking about it. Which then that started like a whole nother stream because people are like, you're lying. Like, we know.
Now, in Cole's defense, I have accidentally liked some pictures on Instagram that I probably should not have liked.
So that's like a butt dial, but
kind of. But it's kind of like you want to zoom in on something and you actually, or it's 11:30 or 12 at night and you're
vision's a
got
little
a
blurry.
few beers and you push too hard on the screen and it double taps. So I can sympathize with the bees.
Like, I'm on Beasley's side of this because I feel like
and he doesn't mince words. Like if he would have meant, if
he would have tweeted it out himself.
He wouldn't have been like, I was an accident. Like I did. I don't think if he meant to like it, I don't think he would have even. I think he wouldn't have apologized for doing it if he meant to do it.
And this conversation has come up before for other teams. Like LeBron James back in, I want to say like the 2016 NBA Finals was like, I'm going on a social media drought. I'm not going to be on social media. Like, don't look for me on there, whatever. And then somebody found that he had liked an Instagram post of some girl, and they were like, oh, your priorities are all off. And it's just become a thing.
Athletes, my advice to you is you ain't going to never win.
Right.
So, I do a Twitter and I got Facebook, and during football season, I will put something on it, but, I never respond.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Tay, Kurt, in your opinion, Shannon, I think that all y'all have y'all opinion. And I'm not going to get involved with you about your opinion, and your thoughts. I may hit something out in general saying, hey, well, have you ever thought of this? But other than that, because when you go back and forth as an athlete, yeah, people say, Nate, you can have 1 million followers if you would just interact. Well, I'm not going to have you insulting me, and I'm definitely not going to insult you. So I don't need that type of follower.
Mm-hmm.
That validation almost is
yeah.
Because a lot of people do find their validation through that.
Right.
Yeah. So I know who I am and what I'm about. So, if you want to attack me, that's fine.
Well, and I think Shannon brought up a good point, especially about Cole Beasley, is that he has been so vocal on social media before that people are like, here he is again, like this is what he agrees with, because he's been almost controversial. Like earlier in the season when he was like, you need to pay me like I'm the best slot receiver in the game, and then had that huge game to follow up with that. But I just don't think you can even make that into something. Like,
people
unless he commented on it and was like, truth.
Yeah. People can go where they want with things like y'all say, and that's why, I used to say players need to players do your thing. This is how the world is today. Like people like, well, he don't need to be on Twitter. Hey man, get a life, because he can be on Twitter. She can be on. I'm serious now. Tatum did a thing where what is it, Gregor McConnell? What?
Oh yeah, my Conor McGregor.
And she was like, no, I like Tay. Yeah, do it, and it blew up.
Mm-hmm.
You never know, as long as you're not degrading yourself.
Nate Newton, social media consultant.
He told me.
As long as you're not degrading yourself, and you feel okay with what you're doing, and you're not degrading yourself, because you got to think about it, and you come to the conclusion that there's no loss in that. You do your thing, and it blew up, and I was happy for him because. Boom! It made our show big that night. It made her do her thing with the. Come on, man.
Yeah, because we used it
It's
as
a new
like
world,
a
man.
post-game promo.
Yeah. Right.
And then I told Shannon, like on Monday, I was like, you won't believe this. Like all of a sudden we're like, how is this getting so many views?
Yeah.
And Conor McGregor, granted it's a stream of everything he's retweeting, but all I'm saying is that like athletes be smart, and if you do feel a certain way, comment it. Maybe that will clear up some confusion.
Yeah.
Likes and retweets are very confusing sometimes to people because they're not clear-cut endorsements.
And I'm with Nate. Most of these guys can't win. Like Joel Embiid, like he seems like the coolest dude in the world.
Exactly.
But there's going to be people out there that are like, he doesn't take basketball serious because he has too much fun. Come on, man. Give me a break. It's the same people that these guys play video games.
Come on, man.
And if they put it out there, Then they're like, why aren't they studying their playbook? Because they have a life. They don't study the playbook every moment that they're awake. They have hobbies. You have to, or you would go insane. Like leave these guys alone.
Let me know what? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
If he liked it, is it a big deal?
They made it a big deal. That's what
I'm saying. Even if he did like it, is it a big deal?
Because I think people read into it as like, he's a guy who's on our free agent list.
Right.
He's a guy who's shown some frustration with the season, the frustration with where this team is headed. So they were like, here it is. We already know he'll be against any offer that they bring him if it's not the highest. Because his money is so on the line this year. If he had liked a post that was like, Cowboys suck, they're never going to get back to the Super Bowl, I don't think that would have been about it a bigger deal. But the fact that it was about money, and his money is going to be so speculated in the offseason.
And Jerry, here's where I think
it was kind of about not going to get back to a Super Bowl.
Here's where we're at as a society. This is the answer to your question.
Huh?
Yes, I think it's a big deal because the way social media is consumed and the way that it is looked at, liking a photo is the equivalent of commenting on it these days. And if he would have made that comment in public and said, yeah, I agree with this article, they're right, then yeah, hell yeah, that's a big deal. And the way that people view social media is if you like something, then that's you're endorsing that.
Right.
So yeah, I think should it be? Hell no, I don't agree with it. I don't think so.
But see that is where I do hold the player or the person responsible. That's why I don't go back and tell you. That's why I don't go back, because if you're doing things because you want followers, okay, have at it. There's some guys and girls out there, have at it. You know, you have no I don't want to say moral ethics, because that ain't even the issue. The issue is, how much do you want to be loved?
Mm-hmm.
But as some of us you have more responsibility. You can't do what Tay do far as how she do her social media. I can't do what Tay do as far as how she do her stuff because of what it may bring to the Jones family. Now, she can't to a certain extent, but she is a part of the life of the social media, so she can go up a little bit further than what we can. But if I would go at Mr. Jones and his income and what he's about,
he'd be like, I'm paying you.
Yeah, you think Mr. Jones, like, hey, Nate, what we've been through, you think I deserve coming from?
Yeah,
it's a little bit different now.
I gotta go. But I'm glad I stirred the pot.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Good thing.
Yeah.
Good thing you brought up there, Ted.
But I do like players to be in social media. Don't give that away just because of some fans.
Yeah.
You be a part of it. That's this life now.
Yep.
Moving to Mondays, maybe we'll figure out some good times when I can hop in.
Okay.
5 or 10 minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
Not next week, but the week after.
Okay.
How's that?
Love you guys. Have a great
All right.
weekend. See you later.
See you, Tay. And before we get out of here, Mom, are you there?
I'm here.
All right. We only got a couple of minutes.
Miss Gross, you on social media?
We can take long as we want.
A little bit, not very much.
But I'm serious about it. Stay with us, Miss Gross, for a minute. I'm serious about that. You know, we as media members, staff of the Dallas Cowboys, yes, we do have to be a little more responsible. But if Shannon got something to sell, and as long as it ain't directly connected to the Dallas Cowboys and hindering their merchandise, I think Shannon should be able to sell it. You know, whether it's your voice and how you view your points, maybe it's merchandise. Same with Kurt, because it may hit big. And why would you take away an avenue to expand yourself? Mm-hmm. Now, some people are going to do it in an idiotic way. Some people are going to do it in a classy, stylish way. It's just a chance you take when you put it out there.
Yeah. Well, Mom, do you have what you did last week in front of you?
No, because you didn't tell me you were calling me.
Well, I didn't know I was calling.
It's okay, but we want to know, did you have a successful year? How are you feeling?
I had a successful year. I ended up at 57%.
Yes, ma'am.
57?
Yeah, that was before the playoffs. That was at the end of the year, the last time that everybody played, and I picked my normal pick.
Okay, now.
Good job.
So now tell me this, Miss Gross.
And by the way, I've got Patty in here with me.
Okay, that's what I was just going to ask you about. Miss Patty, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Okay, now you know the Saints are marching in now.
I do, and I need to just in it.
See,
win the Super Bowl. He has to sing his bad song at the Mardi Gras party.
Now, I want you to look over at your friend Wherever y'all at, you pull a call over. What I want you to look over at Miss Patty. I mean, Miss Gross and say, remember when all y'all laughed at me when I went to the
That's right.
Now I gets the last laugh.
That's right. That's
Hey,
exactly right.
Miss Gross, we are freeing you from your obligation of being 100% Cowboy as long as the Saints continue to win, so you can enjoy it with Miss Patty. But as soon as they win the Super
I'm
Bowl,
over it.
that's start.
We need you back. We need you back.
Well, we're having our big Mardi Gras party here February the 16th, and guess what, Nate? My son may be coming home.
Oh. When the last time he was home?
Oh, my God. I don't know. I can't remember.
Hold on.
Last April.
Shannon, you don't go home 2 and 3 times a year to see your mother, man?
My mom comes sees me 3 or 4 times a year. I don't.
But you can't go back to where you were born and bred in the 1,800 different places that you lived.
Do you know how long it took me to get out of there? Do you know how long it took me to get out of that place? No, I don't.
He said y'all lived like in 1,800 different places, Miss Gross. Is that true? And none of them never out of West Monroe?
Well, it was actually 14, and none of one was out of West Monroe.
Well, it grows with each story he tells us.
I know. He tells you the horror stories. He was never, ever mistreated, believe me.
No, he say he said y'all lived a lot of places, not mistreated. No.
Hey, let me tell you this. I'm kind of torn because I really want the Saints to win deep down inside.
Yeah.
But I don't because we beat them.
Oh, yeah.
We beat them.
Yeah.
And Dez would get a ring.
He would get a ring.
So your little feelings would be hurt if
your
little feelings.
Go.
Right? She see his little feelings.
I just don't know how to feel because I'm from Louisiana.
Feel good,
I
bro.
grew up a Saints fan, but we beat the Saints.
Okay.
And I think we could have beat them again.
But feel good that Tom Brady will not win the Super Bowl, okay?
Boom.
Boom.
I'm just talking about this week. I'm taking 1 week at a time. I ain't getting that far ahead. All right, who you got?
He ain't gonna know who win when he's sitting over there celebrating.
I ain't gonna give a
Mexico
rat's
Hey,
behind.
you heard what Patty said to you.
I did.
Because you have to sing on stage with her on February the 16th.
Hey, it won't be the first time. It probably won't be the last. I'll get up there and make a fool out of myself. Nope, there will be no video. There will be no video.
I'll take it, Nate, so you can see it.
Mom, pick your games. We got to go. Come on. We got to get off this air.
Okay, Kansas City is giving Shannon. Stop it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Kansas City's giving up 3.5. 3. And I'm going with Kansas City.
Of course, you haven't picked against them all year.
I did last week, and they let me down.
Kansas City -3?
Right.
Okay.
And then the Saints are giving up 3.5, and I still got to go with the Saints.
Really?
I think they're winners. I just think this is their year, and I think it's the last time that
everything's falling right into place.
Drew Brees is going to be able to bring them back to where they are right now.
All right. Well, and this is for entertainment purposes only, even though you were 57% for the year. We don't endorse this at all.
Miss Patty got
just
a
for
good
fun.
time. Don't let your babies grow up to be.
Miss Patty and Shannon need to sing down in Old Mexico
Hey,
when
I
they get
know
together.
I know several songs about Mexico.
I do too.
Wow.
And I'm going to have several.
I know one about Mexico that I ain't going across the border.
Well, Mom, thanks for calling in. We'll figure out. We'll talk to you not next week. Who do you want to be in the Super Bowl?
I want the Saints to play Kansas City.
Saints in Kansas City.
And who would you pick?
Pick the Saints so everybody will know that Drew Brees is the true MVP this year.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Hey, check this out right here. Miss Mama Gross, say bye to Kurt one more time. I like what she said.
Good to hear from y'all again.
I love you, Kurt. I love you, Kurt.
Thank you so much.
All right, Mom. We'll talk to you at some point.
Bye, Miss Patty.
Bye, Patty. All right. Well, we got to get out of here. No show next week. Kurt.
Next Monday. We on Mondays now. We on Mondays, right, partner?
We go back to Mondays. A week from Monday, we'll be
11
back.
o'clock, right?
11 o'clock every Monday. We'll take some of your calls because we don't know what in the hell we're going to talk about up until the draft. Senior Bowl.
Mobile, yeah. So we'll try to have Broadus.
Yeah.
We already got 2 guests, Broadus and Tay. Yeah, already got 2 guests.
There we go.
Maybe talk a little Pro Bowl.
And we're gonna have the best of. We're gonna have the best of. Remember, tell them about the best of.
I don't know. You tell me.
The guys that we didn't get to and the guys that we did.
Oh,
get to.
Yeah, all the interviews we didn't play during the year. we need to get those dug up over the next week, Doug, if we can get them.
You bet.
All right.
Thank you, Doug.
Hey, thanks for bringing it. Doug, thanks for doing what you do. Kent, thanks for pushing all the buttons. No show next week, a week from Monday. We will be back on Hanging with the Boys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!